Hey folks, this is Mad Rabbit, and we are in a new game. I'm going to do a real quick test run of today, and maybe we'll just do a short series on this. This is a demo of a game called Towns, and I saw this on recently on another person's channel. I did a little search. It's from a small independent gaming company, and if you like Dwarf Fortress, you're going to like this game. It's almost pretty much is Dwarf Fortress, except for it seems to have a few graphical improvements and point and click stuff, which was my major complaint against Dwarf Fortress all along. However, this game, just like Dwarf Fortress, is very difficult to figure out. There are some aspects of the game that are easy to pick up to do, but surviving is usually the key here. And just like as in Dwarf Fortress, sometimes just trying to get food and whatnot. This is a demo. I am going to include the link to the developer's homepage in my description. So go down there to the description and follow the link. And in there you will be able to check out either the demo version or buy into. Is right now it's in the alpha stage. What it's at right now. And that means basically they're still adding to the game development. If you remember, a lot of you people were into Minecraft and stuff. So what this demo is a 20-day in-game. It has nothing to do with real life time. As you see here on the top, there's a bunch of numbers. I think these are the in-game days, so you can really only play your map for 20 in-game days, and then you can just keep restarting it and basically you can play the demo as long as you want. You're really only going to be able to get so far though. So the game does look a lot like maybe sort of like things you've used to seeing like Minecraft and Dwarf Fortress, and basically it is Dwarf Fortress. So I'm going to quickly go over the controls here. I am using the arrow keys to move around my camera. You can do it with the mouse. I went to full screen, and if you move your mouse towards the edge of the screen, it'll sort of go. Sometimes for me it's a little jumpy, and so just trying to figure out the way you want best. And yes, in this game you can dig underground, and doing that you use the Q and the A button to go up and down. But right now I can't, because you actually have to dig into the ground to do that. I'm going to go over really just the basics here, just how to get started. And I'm probably going to have maybe one or two follow-up videos on this. I'm not going to go into a full series tutorial here, but I am just going to just quickly show you some aspects of this. Okay, so you guys can maybe get a feel for whether you're going to like it or not. As you see here, you start off with 7 individuals, and they're not dwarves, but I guess they might be humans. And as you see here, you have a citizen's key. Where you can that little red thing. And you can cycle and find each citizen and kind of move around. All right, so that's one way to get to them. And later on, when you get a barracks, you can convert some to soldiers, and you can find your soldiers the same way. Again, right here, this up-down level, it's the same thing as the Q and the A key. You can also use your mouse roller to go up and down levels. And when I get to a level, the next level down, I will show you. First things first, when you're starting a map, as in Dwarf Fortress, and in actually even in games like Minecraft, some of the first options you're going to want to go for is gathering up resources. Click down here, click chop, click down once, and I'm just basically moving it. You can chop down as many trees as you want. They do grow back, so you don't have to worry too much about it. You see here, the ones that have the purple outline around them have been designated. Some of these other ones have not. These are trees for gathering, and they will not be cut down if you select the area. So what you do is you go and you hit harvest, and as you basically do the same thing, you're going to gather up some of the apples and the pears from these. So, you see they'll be gathered up, and these bushes on the ground will eventually grow into the new trees. So you're going to have an unending supply, unless of course you're really good at using using up all your wood very quickly. You got a rather large map. It's always randomly generated. As I learned in my first game, when you're digging underground and you're trying to dig underneath the rivers, you see the little mini map up here, the river and this lake, if you strike water, you're basically the whole level is going to get flooded and everyone in it dies. So you got to be careful when you're digging under these. I haven't played it long enough to know how far down you got to go, because I thought I was far enough down, so it didn't quite work out. So we got all these designated. Cutting. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what cut does. I can't really remember what that does. Mining. We're going to start a mine shaft down. Nope, you can't do the mine. That's right. You got to dig first. All right. I would just designate one square, and they will go and dig that down. But you can't go down until they actually dig it out. But you're going to very quickly find out that you really can't do much in this game until you build a carpenter shop, and for that you're going to need wood. And so I am going to pause here while these guys cut these down. Sorry, I came back. I accidentally hit the record button off by accident. Yeah, I'm going to pause the recording, well, unpause the game. See here, this is the pause. I'm letting it resume. You just see that let's go out there and cut down. You seem to have certain priorities set up, and it can be somewhat annoying. Their priorities, they might not really coincide with your priorities, which is sort of my own pet peeve of the game so far. I know, remember in Dwarf Fortress, you can sort of use the in-game system to kind of disallow people from doing certain jobs, which is sort of what I wish I could have some of these people do. But I think this is trying to simplify the game. You know, as you see here, this has been dug out already. They're harvesting things. Of course, everything is on the ground right now. And actually, we just won't pause. I'm just going to continue here with the tutorial very quickly. I like, once you get in a nice clear area where you think you're going to be, pause the game again, because again, since it's the demo, you sort of want to use your time to your best advantage, and they will start starving if you don't get things up quickly. So that's something to be mindful of. The next thing you definitely want to think about, setting up your stockpiles for your raw material. Basically you want a stockpile for everything here. The weapons and armor can wait a little bit, maybe the decorative a little bit, and the ites a little bit, because you won't get them until you actually go into the caves, which basically are different types of things that drop from the monsters and stuff. But everything else you definitely want to make a stockpile for. Just click on them. It's basically just click on the ground once, and then you move it. Just move your mouse, whoop, and when you want it, that's good. Click down. There's your stockpile. Now, in the case of the this raw material stockpile, the only thing, you right-click on it. I would disable the mud collection, because that's the only thing it seems to be, from some of the other people's tutorials I've seen, that's kind of useless. And you'll get mud when you go down here later. Into the mine shaft and dig through like dirt levels, and mud's sort of useless right now unless they have some future plan to use it for something. I don't know, but okay, so I'm going to just quickly set up raw food, that way they can at least get some of this food over there. Prepared food, even though we don't have the ability to prepare it yet. Probably not the best area to be building in, but utilities, furniture, and we can always delete these things and put them in later. Let's see, lights. I'm just gonna do a couple small ones for these, just so at least we have them up. Yeah. Weapons and decorations. Alright, I know it's like sloppy, but I wanted to get this done quickly, so let me quickly chop these down. These are already in our way, and because I really want to build the first shop you're going to need, and what you're going to have to do for that is you're going to have to use the over here on this side, where you'll see the walls, furniture, containers, buildings, decorations, utilities. Really, you want to get the basic log wall thing down, and we're going to do it right here. Click once, kind of drag for the wall. You'd want an area where you can build, I don't know, maybe just put several objects in there, so you're going to want to make it sizable enough. I'm going to do 6 by 6 roughly, and you want to leave a space open for a door so they can get in there. So something like that. I'm gonna unpause the game. Sometimes their priorities really, again, they're gonna probably waste a lot of their time cutting things down. Another thing you want to look for early in the game is coal. Like you see, like how my mouse over this part says gravel. You're gonna want to look for coal and iron. I mean, it's extremely important. Both of those, particularly, I think iron is because of certain things you have to build for cooking your food early on, and if you don't get iron, it's pretty bad, which I didn't really find in my first fortress. You see here, here's coal, and you may be able to find some on the other side of the river, which again, that could be problematic. Yes, you're going to have creatures like this that are hostile, these things called froggies. Most of the creatures on the surface are not really a threat. Your people can pretty much just beat them up and kill them, and it's really not that difficult. So what you want to go here now, you got this built, go down here to zones. First thing you want to do is carpenter shop in here. Again, click down very quickly. I want to go through this. You want utilities. What you want first are carpenter benches, because you can't really build much without that. I would put in a few of these, at least like 2, but I'm going to put 4 in. And you can always put this one here, the wood detailers, but they won't be able to do it until they get stone. As you see here, underneath the description of it says wood and stone. That's like what the requirements for it are. I'm going to put it in there. I don't think they're even going to allow it to be built yet. And if you can hit the control button, see how the walls get invisible, and you hit the control button again, they become visible. So control, like that. Pretty simple, isn't it? And another thing you can do is actually put roofs on them, which actually you don't build a roof. In order to be able to make these into buildings, you want to go to furniture, make a wooden door, put that there. They'll build that at some point, hopefully soon. As you see there, once they get all the wood cut down, they go around and they'll gather up the raw food onto that. Now they'll eat that, but you definitely want to get they'll go through it pretty quickly. So you definitely, and they're sleeping here, as you see. You got to build bedrooms and stuff for them in a little bit. So it's a lot to do quickly in this game, in order to get them settled. So as you see here, Froggy spears cow. Yeah, some of those frogmen. Hit control again. As you see there, you won't see it. Makes a roof on it automatically when you put a door there on the outside. So that's pretty cool. I think, folks, we're just gonna probably have to end this episode, but I am gonna have another one out. I'm gonna put it out right quickly after this. Hit utilities, hit ladder, hit down there, and we'll hit next time. They will build the ladder, and we can go down there and do the mining next time. And so just stick with us here. I'm gonna put an annotation in here of what the next video, the next tutorial for this series. Okay, this is just the demo. So if you're watching this like years later when it's already been released, things may have changed. Right now the demo is like what, 0.40, 0.2 or something like that. And this is the free demo. This is actually not you actually can buy the game. It's in its alpha stage. I'm assuming it's the same game as what you're seeing here, just you wouldn't have the 20-day in-game limit. But for now, for our purposes of just learning it, I don't know how much it costs. Sorry, you do have to pay for the actual game itself. So let me just end this episode and say, remember to hit that subscribe button and the like buttons. Help support your favorite YouTube directors. We put a lot of time and effort into these things. I do like making things high definition. It's time consuming, and other people do it too. So it's a time consuming hobby we do for you. So please do remember to do that kind of thing, and support us. And we'll catch you next time. This is Mad Rabbit signing off. Adios.